here to record 192 if he can. I wouldn't exactly say that's pressure on Belmonte, but at least he's still in the game.
Oh yes, indeed. Well, we were worrying about Jens's knee causing him a problem, but he's made 190 under duress, and well, it's just a matter of seeing whether he can hang in there for the second game, as I'm sure Belmonte will. Shoots 3 strikes in a row in the 10th frame and finishes in grand style, a form that we're used to seeing from Jens Nicol.
Well, he'll take that. It's been a tough first game for the smiling assassin, but it's Jason Belmonte with a cracking score of 2-4-6 in that opening game that leads Jens Nicol of Germany comfortably.
So Jason Belmonte has secured a comfortable score as Jens Nicol faces a tough game. Join us after the break for more. This is the partypoker.net World 10-Pin Masters. Now, after the first game, Jason Belmonte is looking comfortable, but Jens Nicol is getting frustrated as he struggles with a knee injury. Let's head back over to the match with our commentary team.
Jens Nicol then has got a fight on his hands, not only against his opponent Jason Belmonte, but against this knee problem that he's been suffering with. Didn't have a leg to stand on for most of that first game, but came back strongly at the end and recorded 3 strikes in a row. Can he keep that form going? It's his only chance against Belmonte to try and put some pressure onto the Australian. That familiar pop as the thumb releases from the ball. That just shows you there's a bit more confidence in the delivery of Nicol.
Yeah, it was unfortunate to leave the 7-10 standing, but fortunate soon afterwards to see them both fall over. So he's going to claim that strike. Unfortunately, he's not had too many in this match, whereas Belmonte has strung 4 in a row twice in game number 1 for a super game of 2-4-6. Is he just going to carry on? It looks like it, doesn't it?
Certainly is. Service as normal from Belmonte. Yeah, and a grin from Jens Nicol. That's not what you want to see from your opponent when you're trying to make a comeback.
No, it's a big 54 pins difference, and I can't see Jason going walkabout and throwing this game away. As much as Jens would like to get it back, he's really up against it, and I think he realises that now with just 9 frames to go.
Another one of those light hits, left the bucket.
Yeah, just lofted it down the lane a bit, so he didn't get the reaction in the back end. The ball slid on too quickly. Didn't get up in time, leaves the bucket, the 2-4-5 and the 8. Again, we talk about that 2-pin and the 8-pin, the sleeper. It's a little cluster spare, but he's got to cover that 8-pin at the back. It's a tricky little one. Needs some accuracy. And the last thing he wants at the moment is anywhere near an open frame.
Well, that's what he's got, I'm afraid, yeah. Problems then for Jens Nicol.
Yeah, he's just checking the score. There's a television monitor on the stage so the bowlers can just check the scores, and well, he's looking to the heavens and thinking, it's not my day today, I don't think.
Well, I told you we're going to live every moment with this man. Doesn't hide his emotions at all, wears his heart on his sleeve. Jason Belmonte then, the only man to record a maximum ever in the history of this tournament. And he's looking good at the moment, 2 strikes in a row. What are your memories of that fantastic performance back in 2005?
I think Nick Horning nearly jumped out of his chair when that final shot struck. It was absolutely unbelievable. Of course, the crowd just went absolutely berserk.
Oh, he's over the 600 mark on the revs, so we don't want to get bogged down in revs being all important, but Cass, these two-handed bowlers are proving that if you can arrive with some serious action on the ball at the pocket, the pins are going to spin. This
is why I was saying it may be that the two-handed bowler is a thing of the future, and who knows how many more may well try and adapt their game to that. If you can get over 600 revs on the ball on a consistent basis, you are going to do some severe damage. And this computer-aided tracking system that's given these details to us is Certainly money well spent and a great piece of equipment here at the World 10-pin Masters.
Well, Jens is all about entertainment from here on in. And I think this man, Jason Hollywood Belmonte, he's only called Hollywood at this tournament, by the way. Nobody else in the world calls him that. They're all known as Belmo. But he just comes across so well on the TV, this guy. He's such a crowd pleaser that we had to give him a new nickname.
And there will be people around the world looking in at certain websites where these scores are going live. So back home in Orange, is it South Australia or New South Wales?
New South Wales, yeah.
Yeah, I think Mum and Dad will be looking on at their websites and just catching up with the scores and seeing how Jason's bowling.
And they'll be pleased to see that he's leading 3 strikes in this second game. Well, Jens enjoying himself now. I think he's just limping along towards the end of this one.
Yeah, sort of a look to the heavens there, a bit of a sigh of relief. Now Belmo also hit 600 revs on his last ball. See if he can do it again. He's getting so much reaction, it's just unbelievable.
8 strikes, 6 spares and 2 opens. That's the story so far for Nickel. It's a much better story though for Belmonte. Turns it into a 4-bagger. And once again the strike cards go up. Yeah, the crowd almost not wanting to believe that another maximum is on the cards.
I also think they'll be a bit upset that their favourite bowler Jens will be going out probably in the first round this year.
Yeah, it's a slightly subdued atmosphere, isn't it now? Now they realise that he isn't able to mount a serious challenge across the closing phase of this game. He'll stay out there swinging though, will Jens Nickel.
Oh yes, all the way to the end. Unfortunately he's left that 2-8 sleeper again. He had a bit of trouble with this spare in the second frame when he left the bucket. It's a similar sort of shot he's got to play. Must make sure he covers that back pin. Needs to get some good rotation and some nice hook in the back end. And that looks pretty good. Yes, a good spare. He raises his arms triumphantly.
Plenty of players watching on. Badr Al-Sheikh, Paul Moore, last year's finalist, Darren Cundy, all watching on.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think just trying to pick up a few things. They do pick up a few tips by watching the other guys bowling. They'll be just taking a few things away from this, especially someone like Paul Moore, who, although he's a left-hander, and everybody that we've seen in our 3 matches so far has been right-handed, Paul is a great observer, a great technician, a great scholar of this game.
Well, he's going to be hoping that he's going to get the same reaction on the left-hand side of the lane as people like Oscu and Belmo are on the right-hand side of the lane. Oh, not forgetting Chris Barnes, of course.
Belmo halfway there to the maximum, that is.
All about the passion, you know. You have to feel it inside yourself to win the game against the opponent. I won a silver medal in doubles during the World Championships and a bronze medal in all event. It was a really good result for me. But playing for Team Europe, it's simply the best. I play against Belmo. He's one of the best guys in the world in bowling, and he's a really good friend of mine. And really, I love him. It's a two-handed, really unfair bowler. No, it's brilliant. But losing against him, it's no problem for me, because he's really good. I beat him last year here during the Masters, and the year before in Greece, head-to-head. The audience here in Barnes, they love me. It's fantastic. They always clap their hands when I'm playing and striking, and I hope to give some back to them. That's great. It's a one-laner center. It's brilliant. The audience is left and right from you. You can touch them on the approach. It's brilliant. It's a fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah, good work. Jens providing enough for this Barnsley crowd to respond now, and the atmosphere's picked up again. As long as he's smiling, they're happy.
Yes, it very much looks as though he's going home early, but we'll be smiling on the flight back, no doubt.
Yeah, so really is a case of from Bremen to Barnsley and back home again for Jens. Belmonte then trying to turn this into 6. Got the fizz on the ball, but didn't get the luck again. Oh, lovely.
Got the fizz on the ball, but not the whiz on the 10-pin.
Oh, great stuff. He playing along with the crowd. He realises that they were desperate to see that there, and there we go.
The thing is, you see, he knew he was on for it. He was lined up, A game, carrying everything in the pocket. Got the messenger out and couldn't get it hit the 10-pin.
Well, one thing he hasn't been in this game is second fiddle. He's led from the start, and Jens hasn't been able to respond so far. And it's looking increasingly unlikely. Maximum that Jens can take from here is 4.38. And you can see by that, look at that, Belmonte streets ahead. If he strikes out, 5.25 on the cards for the Australian.
Well, the deficit moves to 97 pins for Jens Nickel. Now this is to pull 10 back with that shot, but it's all a little too late, I'm afraid.
It's a big double for Jens Nickel. Well, he's smiling away. He's asked us not to mention it, but it's tough not to. The next knee surgery that Jens will have will possibly put an end to his bowling career, and he'll concentrate on coaching and running the centre. So this may just be the last time we see Jens at this competition. You never know, though. Plenty of things have happened, but if it is to be the last time, Cass, what a wonderful time we've had seeing Jens bowl.
An absolute ambassador to the sport of 10-pin bowling. The crowds here at Barnsley have taken him to his heart, to their hearts. We've seen him in the Weber Cup performing for Europe and winning. Former winner here in 2005 of the World 10-pin Masters. Let's just hope it's not his last outing with us.
He liked it. Turkey it is. There's a fan in the crowd calling the shots, and the players interacting with him, and he's called them right so far.
It's not Britta, is it, girlfriend? It's shouting out.
I think the voice was a bit deep for that.
Yes, there's so many fans here in Barnsley. They absolutely adore him. Great interaction with them, and a big smile now at last. Didn't see that in the first game, but there it is.
Well, he's definitely going to improve in the second game. And Belmonte back on the strikes. A double for him.
Almost apologises to Jens for that one, leaving the solid 9-pin, but then getting a little messenger, come around and kick it out. Another great shot from Belmonte. He's pacing 2.79 in this last game, to follow up the 2.46 of the first game. Big numbers, high scoring here at Barnsley.
Well, we got some serious contenders here this year, Cass, and this is our third match of the tournament. Palermo, Belmonte, Barnes, all looking cracking form. Brooklyn hits, and he'll take that for the 4-bagger. Bit of showboating now.
A Brooklyn strike from the man from Bremen. Belmonte's on his knees in praise and respect.
He just can't believe it, can he? Well, that's Katz showing the direction of the ball as it goes down towards the pins, and it ended up across the left-hand side of that head pin for the Brooklyn strike. Not really where the right-hander wants to be. And I think Jason Belmonte was trying to follow that one up. That was cheeky.
It certainly was, yeah. You could tell by the look on his face he was actually trying to throw a Brooklyn strike there to have some interaction with Jens. He's left himself a single pin standing, which will be no trouble to him.
Yeah, there's no danger in this game for Jason Belmonte. He's home and dry. So it is a chance for these two to entertain the crowd.
Yeah, best of friends on the lanes and off the lanes. As I say, great respect for one another.
5:04 open to Belmonte, and as you can see, in absolutely no danger. Jens Nickel, the best he can manage if he strikes out from here, 4.38.
Which in itself is no mean score. 219 average.
That's better. Back to the traditional pocket hit for the right-hander.
And makes 5 strikes in a row. Wow, that's a great way to go out. He's got 2 more balls to bowl, so he could actually make it 7. This is more like the Jens Nickel we know. Great looking shot there, and yes, a little bit of body language, just playing to the crowds. He's not finished yet.
Well, he's had to totally adapt his play and his delivery style within a game, and that's not often a challenge that 10-pin bowlers come up against. You may have to change your line a little or change the ball, but rarely do you have to change the way you bowl fundamentally, as Jens Nickel has done, and he's done it to great effect. What a change, just too late.
And even a complimentary round of applause from Jason Belmonte there for Jens Nickel, the man we love to see. He shoots 6 strikes in a row. His last ball of this match, of this year's World 10-pin Masters. Can he make it 7 strikes in a row for a game of 246?
Oh,
not quite.
Unfortunate. Left himself the split. And he couldn't quite clean up at the end of the day, but he's still a big favourite with the crowd here in Barnsley. Yeah, quite rightly, he's acknowledging the performance of Jason Belmonte, but it's a chance for the crowd to say goodbye. And not a bad second game by any means from Jens Nickel, 244, but the total of 436 isn't going to be good enough. The slightly sticky reset button has been mastered by Jens, not by his younger opponent.
Tenth throw for Jason Belmonte, working on a spare. A potential 258 if he can strike out. That will take him through the 500 barrier. And there's the first one. He's only been out the pocket once this game.
It just reminds me of world-class sprinters just posing their way through the early rounds at a World Championships or Olympics. These guys are just showing out at the moment.
Just building up for something a bit bigger along the line, down the line. I know exactly what you mean, Simon.
High-class bowling from Belmonte once again.
In favour of the world cricket, I've never actually had that. And I've gone...
Is this man playing the crowd or what?
He's loving it.
One of the greatest sportsmen to come out of Australia. Probably the greatest bowler since cricketer Shane Warne. He's looking for 10.
Oh, doesn't get it. Oh, this is great stuff. Well, this is what this World 10-pin Masters tournament is all about. It's about showmanship, it's about entertainment, and it's about world-class 10-pin bowling. And Belmonte giving us every single one of those in one single match. It's wonderful stuff. He's done it. Well, that's strictly as a don't try this at home delivery there from Belmonte. But he's done the business, entertained the crowd, had a good time with his opponent Jens Nickel up on stage, but most of all, he's got the win in the bag. Jason Belmonte, not quite the score he could have got, 494, but it's good enough for a place in the quarterfinals and a victory over the 2005 winner Jens Nickel. We say goodbye to him. Belmonte's through.
So 3 matches played in round 1. Chris Barnes of the USA, the defending champion, through to play Osku Palomaa of Finland. Now Jason Belmonte awaits the winner of our next match, Darren Cundy of England and Badr El Sheikh of Saudi Arabia.
This has been 10-pin bowling at its best. And whilst another player is sent out of the tournament, Jason Belmonte goes through to the quarter-final. Round 1 continues next time with PTBC Masters champion Darren Cundy and 19-year-old gold medalist Badr El Sheikh.